All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Chris Peterson. I am the CEO and founder of the game called Dinkity Crickets. And I just kind of wanted to introduce myself as this game is about to explode. I have a couple of options, and I just want to let everyone know that this is going to happen, whether it's going to be a Kickstarter, whether I'm going to partner with a publisher. I'm super excited about this game, so let's go. First and foremost, the game is called Dinkity Crickets. I came up with the game uh, because I was watching a Netflix. Actually, it occurred to me from a Netflix show called. It has nothing to do with like cards or anything like that for the most part, but Alice in Borderland, where people actually have cards. And me and my pickleball brain, I was like, hey, wait a second. What if I did this? So I came up with this game, and I thought it was going to be the first game to actually uh, where you can actually have a card game on the court. But at that time, by the way, this happened early last October, so this has been in the works for a while. But a different pickleball game had already been in the works, and they were already advertising. I'm not going to say the name, but I was like, oh my God. But luckily for me, it's completely and totally different game than that game. So this is a different type of pickleball game, and we're just going to jump right onto it. So the name of this game is called Dinkity Crickets, a pickleball character card game. If the ball doesn't bounce your way, dink to survive another play. All right. So 4 players, 13 character cards at the moment. There may be a couple. I may keep it the same, but right now it's at 13. After this video, maybe 1 or 2 days after this video, I'm actually going to show the cards as I actually have them pretty much created and made. And by the way, the images are all done by AI because I cannot draw. And it actually did a really good job. I spent some time prompting Gemini. I used Gemini, and at the time, Banana Pro had just came out. Again, this was last year before a lot of the AI, real good AI stuff came out. But I really do like the characters and I like the images, so I've kept them. All right, so the game of Dinkity Crickets is one of the only character card games. I had to change that to one of only because there were two. I mean, there was one before me, and apparently it's getting being a little popular. And I can guarantee you that this game is actually going to be more popular than that game. Although I think that game is pretty creative. Each player draws a character card and must play the entire match embodying that character's unique rules and personality traits, creating hilarious, unpredictable, and endless replayable pickleball experiences. With 13 distinct characters from Dinkity Cricket, the king of the dink, to Prissy Priscilla, who calls every line ball out, to Backhand Billy, who calls in every close shot. These are traits. Every game tells a completely different story. Now, these are traits. They all have rules, certain things that they can and cannot do, which makes the game pretty creative. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So here's how a setup works. It's 4 players, 2v2, on a standard pickleball court. Each player randomly draws 1 card face down. A player reveals cards only to their teammate and the enforcer. Now, we're going to talk about the enforcer a little bit later. This is another edition, just so you can play with 4 people, but it's highly recommended that you have 5 people. And the reason being is because so that person, the enforcer, not only knows the card that everyone has, but can keep track of the score. And we're going to talk about scoring in just a second here. But the oldest team collectively serves first. Gameplay. Normal game pickleball rules apply unless a card overrides them, right? So this is a normal game of pickleball. I do have a lot of video, and when I watch the video of us playing pickleball, I'm like, man, it's really hard to tell whether it's a really fun game, but it's really hard to tell if you're not looking with a close eye that it's not a regular game of pickleball, which honestly I like, because I like the game of pickleball. I don't want to be doing any kind of weird stuff on the court. I know other card games do that, but this is more on lines of an actual pickleball game. Each player randomly draws one card face down. Sorry, I read all of that. Sorry again. Okay, gameplay. Normal pickleball rules apply unless card overrides them. Players must accurately portray their character's personality traits throughout the match. So, again, we're going to go back to these traits. All 13 characters have different traits. They have different personalities. And it's up to you to kind of embody that personality and follow their rules. Failure to follow card rules equals a loss of turn or point to an opponent. So depending on where you are on the court. An enforcer tracks score and judges rules and adherence. It's very important. So pickleball is already a little bit difficult to learn when you're first starting out. And as far as learning the score, and we have people who forget the score. Let's be honest. I've been playing for a long time, and sometimes I forget the score, and I'm like, the rally's so long. I'm like, who served that? What's going on? And so this game, depending on how experienced you are in the game of pickleball, you may or may not need a person to keep track of score, because there may be possible rally scoring. We'll get into that in a second. All right, first to 11 points, and you win by 2. Advanced mode. So there is going to be an advanced mode. You're going to keep your cards secret even from your teammate. Now, this game where you can mix and match, and you're supposed to know, you and your teammate, you kind of get a game plan on how you want to attack or how you want to play, because there's some things you cannot do. There's some things that your partner cannot do. And it's up to you guys together to figure out, okay, how can we make this work? Now, what makes it unique? Played on a real court, not a table. Characters have ethical gray areas that may make every point interesting. So you may have a character that, if it's very close to the line, you're going to call it in. If it's very close to the line, you may call it out, depending on the character that you have. This is not to be a game to where you're arguing with someone for 30 minutes. This is a fun game in which you can play. Later on, I think I want to develop tournaments, but the traits will have to go out for the tournaments. Characters have, no two games are ever the same, right? So, like, we have 13 characters, and they can all mix and match to different ways of play, which obviously that's like 144 plus. Actually, I don't know how to multiply, but yeah, 144 plus different combinations. Oh, I think I can multiply. Anyway, yeah. So very fun game. We have beta tested this for hours on end. Again, this is a great game. I do have one character that I may or may not change before Kickstarter, but you guys will see that later in the next coming days. Party game energy meets real athletic competition, right? So it's a fun game. This is not a game in which you can go in your backyard and play unless you have a pickleball court there. But this is like one of those get together games that everybody gets together and have fun and plays a different type of game of pickleball. The market opportunity, I have to talk about that. 36.5 million pickleball players in the US as of 2023. It's the fastest growing sport in America for 3 consecutive years, multiple, actually even more than that. Average pickleball player is 38 years old, which is close to my age, but I'm not telling you guys my age. The prime card game buyer is around that age. I honestly think that a lot of college students will want to get this game, that loves to play the game of pickleball just because it's so fun. Court-based card game in a nearly untapped product category in pickleball. This game is very, very different. So, and I'm going to talk a little bit of business here. I did a SWOT analysis, and obviously there's not too many pickleball card games in which you can actually play. However, there's no threat to this game. This is the only game, unless somebody tries to copy me. This is the only game in which it's developed the way it is and designed the way it is. So yeah, this game is going to take off. I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited for the Kickstarter and or a publisher. And I'll talk to you guys about that in a second. Accessories and lifestyle products are the fastest growing pickleball retail segment. The opportunity Dinkity Crickets occupies a unique position, skill-based, personality-driven card game that is part of the pickleball game, not a side activity. It sells wherever pickleball equipment is sold and appeals to the sport's most passionate players. And again, I am looking for publishers. I'm super excited about this game because even if I don't get publishers, like this is going to be a Kickstarter. I've already got the cards pretty much done. I may even keep that one card that was in question. I may even keep that card and like kind of change the rules a little bit. But this game is 95% done. Okay. And I already have a manufacturer as well. So we're looking good to go there. Now about Dinkity Crickets, I am the founder and owner of Dinkity Crickets LLC. It is I am the sole creator, owner of Dinkity Crickets card game. The game has been beta tested with real players on real courts and received enthusiastic response for both gameplay and its unique visual identity. A lot of my friends talk to me, or my pickleball crowd from different levels. I actually beta tested this with a lot of older people, and then I beta tested it with the like the 3.5s, the younger 3.5s. And then I've also beta tested this with new people. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a struggle for new people that even play pickleball, but I do think that this is kind of like, you guys will see in a second as I explain it, more like a training type game as well. So super excited about this game. Oh, and we're coming. All right, we are actively seeking licensed distributing and co-publishing partners to bring Dinkity Crickets to millions of pickleball players across the United States. Here is my email, and obviously this is my phone number. I do have multiple phones, so if you call this number, if you're looking to partner or to be a publisher, if you call this number, don't be depressed if I don't, respond immediately. All right, so check this out. We're actually going to talk about some of the characters here. Oh my God. No, they did not cut off. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad it did this. Oh, I forgot I did that on purpose. Hello. So I was a little bit afraid that, and with good reason, that some of the characters will, like, other people will try to like copy the game. And I really don't. It's already tough in this world. I like playing pickleball. I love playing pickleball, and I just wanted to create something that maybe can generate a little bit of income, $1,000 a month or something, selling my game. But this game, I've learned, has extreme, not even a little potential, extreme potential for growth. All right, so this is an example of the characters. We have first Dinkity Crickets. This is the mascot of the game, Dinkity Crickets. So he has rules of play, and his rule of play, he must dink or reset the ball at all times. No drives or lobs are allowed. So yeah, that's I'm pointing at you. You know who I'm talking about, that guy who likes to lob all the time. Why don't you learn how to dink? Any net balls that clips the net, goes over, and bounces onto the opponent's side earns an automatic point regardless of returnability. That means that even though it's a punishment to have to dink all the time, dink/reset all the time, if it does hit the net and goes over, it's an automatic point. That is insane. Team only scores points on their own serve, traditional side out scoring. So yeah, this is, he can only score a point on their serve, just like normal pickleball. But however, that is an extreme advantage. Backhand Billy, rules of play. must hit every shot with his backhand the entire game, no exceptions. Now we all have those people. Like, it's like, dude, do you even have a forehand? How is it possible you hit everything with your backhand? This is a card for that person. Although I don't know if they'll be able to draw the card, but you all know who they are. Backhand Billy must hit every shot with his backhand the entire game, no exceptions. Now here's something that's interesting as well. Because of this disability, his serves are allowed to land in the kitchen and play continues normally from there. So if you serve the ball, you have to hit a backhand serve. If you serve the ball with your backhand, oh, well, you actually have to. If it goes over the net and hits the kitchen and curves away, or however they serve, because most people who do backhand serves, they just love their little curve balls. It's actually a continuous play. And that is the advantage of having Backhand Billy as your player. All right, here's an interesting Prissy Priscilla. I'm not going to go over all of these. There's only a couple. But Prissy Priscilla, if she avoids getting hit by the ball for 10 cumulative points, her team earns 2 points. Hands and fingers count. So, for example, if the score is 6-4 and she hasn't been hit, her team receives 2 points. And I mean hit anywhere except for the face. That's actually in the rules, in the rule book that I've created. You are not hitting anybody in the face. And actually, one character, if you do hit someone in the face, you're actually penalized 5 points. That character is not here, but the whole aim of that character is actually to hit your opponent. So we have one character that avoids getting hit, and then another character that is actually intentionally trying to hit the opponent. Tennis Pro Pete. No dinking allowed. Now he's quite opposite. Must drive or lob every shot. If his team is tied at 10-10, they automatically win the game. So this is an example of a tennis player. You know, these tennis guys, they love to drive the ball. They hate dinking. This card is for you, my tennis guy. You don't have to dink. You just have to drive or lob every single shot. And the advantage to having this player is that if you do end up tying the game, you automatically win the game. So let's just say you're going to 11. If you're serving and the score is 10-9, and you're winning, you got to win by 2. Well, if the other team scores, which they will, it's an automatic win. Or if it goes to you, it's an automatic win. So, you know, that's the extreme advantage. Now, all of these characters have their own personality flaws. Those personality traits are kind of blocked out. We're going to go over 2 more. Lobster Larry must lob the ball for the entire game. No drives and no dinks. He just got to lob. Now, that's extremely difficult to do, especially when someone's driving on you. And then you got to lob from a drive. Oh, my God. However, any point won with a lob earns 2 points for the other team, regardless of who's serving. So this is rally scoring for Lobster Larry. So Lobster Larry can become very dangerous if he lobs against a player and actually scores. His team will actually get 2 points. Two-hand Tilly must keep both hands on the paddle for every shot. No one-handed play. Allowed to volley in the kitchen, the non-volley zone, which is normally illegal in pickleball. So with Two-Hand Tilly, now, she's a very interesting one because a lot of people initially thought that, oh, man, that is just too OP. She can stand in the kitchen and just hit the ball. Man, that's just crazy. However, imagine her having to play against Lobster Larry. That is a disadvantage, right? So you being lobbed, and this actually happened with one of the beta testers. She was like, "Oh, I got this," and then the ball went over her head like high, and she just tried to reach up and grab it with 2 hands. Everybody was just laughing at how silly she looked. But you know, this is one of those things to where, hey, you know, You might want to be careful with going all the way in the kitchen sometimes. Really depends on who you're playing with. So again, this game is very creative. Again, I like I've stated before, super excited about it. This is just a note for you guys. The full deck contains 13 character cards. 6 are shown above. Each card features original artwork, character artwork, a unique set of gameplay rules that modify standard pickleball, and a personality trait the player must embody throughout the match. The combination of skill-based rule modifications and personality performance is what makes Dinkity Crickets a genuinely unique addition to the pickleball market. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the game of Dinkity Crickets. I am super excited. The next couple of days, I'm going to actually show you what the cards look like. And then I'm actually going to kind of not give out all of the cards, but pretty much the same, maybe 1 or 2 different cards here, just to kind of explain. And then after that, I will actually go on the pickleball court and kind of explain the mechanics and why this game, how this game came about, but also the mechanics of exactly what makes this game so exciting. So be on the lookout for that in a couple of days. But again, thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time and patience. Thank you for listening. Dinkity Crickets is coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. Bye.